Hello, hello, welcome to Pieces of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I paint various things and draw various things, and we just have a good time around here. If you like art and I don't know, strange dudes and strange commentary, then this is definitely a cool place to hang out and maybe learn some art things for free. Maybe not. Depends on what you like doing. We do a lot of miniature work here. I like small things. Maybe because I'm a really big guy. Like small things. Well, I guess I'm not. I'm not really that big. I'm like, normal big. Anyway, um, so yeah, been having some serious allergy issues. I hope everybody else is making it through. Okay, it's pretty rough. The allergies right now. It's pretty tough going. For my brain pan, it hurts. But I wanted to get on here and get some stuff done. I was gonna get on yesterday, but I just was not. It hurt so bad yesterday that like I wanted to rip off like this side of my face from my eye all the way off of my jaw, just to rip it right out. It's terrible. But I'm feeling better today. Now it's just a slight headache, which that's acceptable, right? Acceptable. Um, so let's take a look at this guy first. So we did get to let that wash dry on our guy here. We could come back through and do a little bit of touch up on his tunic and his sarong, serape, whatever that is, that's hanging off of him, and then do his base. And this guy's pretty much done. Pretty fast, pretty easy. Kind of like it when it goes fast and easy like that. So, great little piece. I think this is Artisan Guild. Lots of fun. Really cool little miniature. And then we also have this Harpy we've been working on. Probably going to do mostly work on our Harpy today. I really want to get some stuff knocked out here so we can get moving on with this. So let's get started. So I want to kind of do a much lighter version of what we did on top, but because that's usually how bird feathers are, but we don't want to make it so much lighter than what we've got going on that it doesn't look like it's still under the shadow, because the sun is still coming from the other side, right? Just a little bit of purple. It's Sir McBeardsly. Good to see you, sir. Hope all's well in your life today. Hope you're not suffering from allergies like I have been. Holy Moses. Been pretty brutal. Maybe do the same thing with these feathers here. Only very specific allergies. That's good. Yeah. It's the grass is way up today and was way up yesterday, and it's been pretty brutal. keep working with that Payne's Gray here. Do that on this and on, of course, this lead part of this wing. Yeah, I got to break up a fight this weekend. That was interesting. On Mother's Day, I got to break up a fist fight at a child soccer match. That was crazy. Like guys, y'all know this. Oh my God, this dog. She gets to stay out there for a minute. I've got some. I'm busy. She decided to go out there like right before I got started, and I was like, man. Start training her not to go outside at this time of day. But she's getting old, so you kind of have to let her out, because otherwise she's going to poop on the floor or something. And you don't want that. I'm a little heavier on this side than on the other side. We're going to go back and get a little bit of the other side again. Especially down here, we can always adjust that color easily later on down the line. But again, we want these feathers to be a lot brighter than the ones on the top, so we really need them to be kind of bright in tone. Okay, I gotta go let this dog in. She's gonna drive me crazy. I get that a second to dry. Hey, doggo. Oh, yeah, I've been doing all right. We've got tonight. We've got the banquet for the robotics club. So that's pretty cool. Really pretty excited about that. Just so they can have a good laugh and a smile with each other for the last time. Kind of cool to see my son finish his high school stuff up. We've got his graduation coming up real soon. Yeah, it's all just moving in one direction. Forward. Kind of how it always goes, right? That's what they say. Time is a one-directional thing, right? Linear. If it wasn't, it'd freak people out a little bit more, I think. about you? How's everything going all right on your end of the great wide world? Sorry, the internet's being really bad. Yeah, man, it's been wacky all day today. I don't know. It's been really funky, like all day. I was wondering if it was even gonna let me on, honestly. So, pale terracotta. Ooh, she's kind of hard to get in there with all her hair flying around and all them feathers. It's hard to get at her, at the girl. We're on Pioneer out in Blanchard. That's been exceptionally garbage lately. Yeah, there's something's going on with like everywhere because like even I think we have Cox and our Wi-Fi went out earlier today, and again it did last night too, in like middle of the night while I was sitting up with a toothache. Well, it wasn't toothache. It was like my whole face was aching, my teeth, my head, in various places, my jaw. It was freaking brutal. The fight was way more entertaining than the thing you talk about, though. It's crazy. It's like there's a certain group of players, a certain team that's kind of a little showboaty, and you're in like you're playing against like the Bad News Bears of the soccer club thing here. Like it's not even really a club, it's just a little indoor outfit. And so like getting real showboaty and kind of crazy is a little bit. It's a little uncalled for. And some of the parents on, the team that my son plays on they get a little upset over it, which that's understandable too. You kind of get tired of watching your kid get bossed around or whatever. I get it, Um, uh, so this team's up there. They're being chippy. They're acting a little foolish, and the adults start getting a little out of control, which is pretty usual with this particular team and its adults, because someone in their infinite wisdom decided that they would allow people to drink or purchase and drink alcohol in the soccer arena while children's games were going on. So, oh man, you can't really do that. That's like a really bad idea, but people do it anyway. Like honestly, you shouldn't be drinking if you're at a kids game. Like you just shouldn't. uh anyway, so things start getting more and more rowdy, and I'm like, okay, well, somebody probably needs to step up and go get security, because this is about to devolve into something really, really horrendous. Because you could tell it was already getting there. They were already jawing back and forth. And then there's a foul called, and then a red card comes, and because the kid on the other team jumped up and responded to our player, who definitely warranted the yellow card he was getting. But you can't jump up and push somebody in the back, but he did. He got a red card. And one of the parents from the other team starts walking over to the other side of the field where the players and coaches and refs are, to start trying to tell everybody how to do their jobs, I suppose. Not exactly sure. It's pretty wild. So that's when I went and got the security guard. I was like, okay, well, that's the last straw. We're going to get security. We're going to get security now, because we can't have this, whatever this is. Right, exactly. Yeah, the people who are usually at a kid's game drinking are definitely the ones that can't control themselves and shouldn't be at the kids' games drinking. I don't know what else to say about that, but that's just how it is. I don't know. Craziness, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, I'm like, all right. So I go to the front desk, and this poor gal that was up there was just like, oh my god, I do not want to deal with this. And I'm like, I totally understand. She's like, well, at least we have a security guard here. We have security. I'm like, okay, let's go get security. So we go get security. And we get back. And by the time we get back, one of the parents from the other team is so close to the glass of the indoor soccer arena, screaming at the refs, that you can see the fog on the glass. It is now fogged up like this much. This guy can't possibly even see the ref anymore, because the glass has now fogged from him trying to scream through this tiny little crack, like a tiny little crack in the glass, like this big. He's trying to scream through that, and someone in stat over here on 7th Budweiser. Yeah. Well, to be fair, this is at it's like a 5:30 game, but still, come on. Wait till all your kids' games are cleared out, then open up the alcohol. People might get mad. Oh well. Stop scheduling the kids' games on Sunday. I don't know why you got a bunch of kids out playing games on Mother's Day in the first place. They should be at home hanging out with their mom, doing that sort of thing. Although I'm sure some moms would love to go and spend their Mother's Day watching soccer. Anyway, so that's not even the crazy. It gets worse from here. This is how it starts. It keeps devolving. So I'm like, okay. So the security guard goes over there to get that guy to calm down. he's kind of starting to calm down. And then the players from the opposing team really start antagonizing one of the dads from our team. And this guy bites. He bites real hard down on their antagonizing him. He just jumps right into it and falls straight into their little trap and starts getting even more antagonized because this team is way better than us. There's a reason that they can come in here and act a fool and make people's lives living hell, and it's because they are better than us. So antagonizing them is just going to make them, try harder. Yeah, it's just how kids are. They're like, oh yeah, so they're going to try harder, which in the end doesn't bode well for our boys. So they start running up the score, and which is why they were so mad in the first place. They were having trouble scoring on us, and that's not typical. Typically, they roll us pretty hard. You can tell they were getting kind of mad about it, get a little salty, because we were scoring right back and keeping it even. But they started rolling away with it, and the guy on our team gets the dad on our team gets a little stupid. Okay, a lot stupid, and really starts antagonizing him. Well, this lady that's on our team, one of the moms who's there, is like trying to tell him he needs to calm down because they're just kids. It's not worth it. It's just a kid's game. They're children being children, and you're feeding into it. Stop it. And the game is kind of wrapping up now with yet another set of red cards and yellow cards. And it's now like 2 red cards and like 4 or 5 yellows. It's gotten completely out of control. So the refs just decided to call a game, which is what they should have done as soon as the dad was, screaming into the glass so hard you could see the fog. But, who am I to tell the refs what to do? God. So then, this guy who's been trying to antagonize these children, this grown man, and this woman kind of start getting into it because he's still going after these kids, And finally, this dude like pops off at this woman and tells her to put it in her, and her husband comes unglued, flies it was probably a 7-foot space, flies across the 7-foot space, and has this guy like in the Tongan death grip, like I get it. I'm jumping in. The security guard is jumping in. The other team is now antagonizing it more, trying to get more stuff going on. There's a guy, now that I've broken this up, there's another guy from the other team that's trying to fight me for some reason, because I don't know. I guess, but he looks down and I've got all my keys jammed in my knuckles, and it's like, if you want some, brother, I'll poke your eye out, but you probably don't. And it was crazy. It was crazy, guys. Like, I don't know. I don't even understand how a Mother's Day soccer game for 12 and 13-year-olds ended up like this. And that wasn't even the end. So I break up that part of this fight, and we're trying to get people out the door. Security trying to get people out the door. The refs are trying to get people out the door. They're still fighting. This guy who's been antagonizing people all the entire second half is now antagonizing the other people who are leaving. And one of them chucks a beer at him, covers everyone in beer. And that is when the actual, scrum starts. So now you got punches being thrown, people kicking at him, throwing stuff at each other. There's beer going everywhere. Water bottles are getting shoved. There's this little kid yelling the F word. Like, he got his hall pass for it today, and he's like, yay! And he's screaming, and you realize that that's the son of the guy that caused this whole problem. And you're like, well, there you go. That's where he got it from. I got wow. So we ducked out the back door and got out of there. And while the cops showed up, because golly, it was crazy. Let's see. McBeardsly did Eggs Benedict. Nice. For the mother-in-law on Sunday. Huh. Never tried it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody most people like Eggs Benedict. As long as you like egg flavor. If you don't like egg and ham, you're probably not. And lemon. Made 4 pounds of Cajun butter for a shrimp boil. Nice. There you go. Almost gone. That's the good stuff. All right, so we got a deep cadmium yellow here. We're gonna put that on her chicken legs. It's so crazy. I'm still like not sure what I saw. I don't know. I can't imagine running out and doing that on all that at a kid's soccer game. And like, it's not the first time that this particular team that we were playing has caused a bunch of issues. Like every time that team shows up, like they cause some sort of issues. Their parents are always there getting plastered and screaming and yelling. Like, and I don't mind the screaming and yelling. I understand that. You know, you gotta cheer for your kids. I am not knocking that. I'm not. I am saying that perhaps you don't need to do it drunk. Because there is a... For those of you who don't deal with drunks on a regular basis, and unfortunately in the chef life, we had to do a lot of that. There's a level that people get when they're drunk. They don't realize how loud they are, and that doesn't end even after they stop drinking. It only ends hours later when they've sobered up and they can start like hearing their own voice again somehow. Don't ask me how it works. It's just how it works. Normalize banning unruly periods from events. Yes. 100%. I back this campaign. Because golly, I mean, there's gotta be some sort of balance here, man. I don't know. Again, part of this I blame on the arena. There's no reason you should be selling alcohol while there's children's games going. Like, just go ahead and just wait, man. Or schedule different or something, man. Don't do that. You're just making it's just an error. It's a bad thing waiting to happen right there. Because somebody's going to act stupid. Somebody's going to act stupid. People get really emotional about their kids, you know? It's just normal to get like that. It's just how it is. Baby, people get dumb. Mad dumb, man. About kids. And I get it. But again, why is the company mixing alcohol in the situation? Stop putting booze in there. Especially alcohol. Alcohol. And guys, don't get me wrong. I love a good gin. I love a good, beer at a certain occasions, and I love great wines. Like I'm not knocking alcohol. I'm not knocking anybody who drinks alcohol. I'm just saying maybe we shouldn't do it at children's games. I don't know, man. Just maybe that's just a good idea. Maybe we just stop doing it at the kids' games. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just wait. Just wait till all the kids' games are over, or make people go home and drink. But I say that, and then people probably would just bring in alcohol anyway. Some people are they just can't. They just unfortunately have that demon's claw in them way too hard. Whether you believe in demons or not, I'm not sure if I do or not. No matter. But alcohol is like a demon, like what they describe as a demon. Attaches itself to you and doesn't let you go. It may just be me. I've been reading a lot about demons lately. I'm trying to write this crazy book idea I have. I feel like her hair should be like black. I can back that. Keep it to Gatorade, water, sodas. There's no need. Yeah, yeah, but they definitely will sneak it in. I don't know, man. I definitely don't have all the answers. I'm not that guy. I just think maybe scheduling could be better. I don't know. Because I get it. Mostly on Sundays, I think it's like adult games. But we end up playing on Sundays like all the time. And it seems like we end up playing the same teams all the time, and always on Sundays. And it's like, man, listen, if they don't have another day they can play, man, maybe they should go to another place. Because, I mean, you're selling booze here most of Sunday. It's a real light here, just a thin coat. We're going to let the Zenithal do like 90% of the work here, and we're going to throw that right on her face because I'm just trying to make my life hard today. Just clear that off real quick. That's why you let your stuff dry in layers. I'm still having trouble seeing out of one of my eyes. Dang allergies. I'll tell you what, it worked me so hard. Like, I ain't afraid to say it. I felt like I was gonna cry. Like, actual cry, like weeping cry, not just my eyes running from the allergies. That was already happening. No, I felt like I was going to whimper like a child, and cry. Come on, Mr. Camera. Her face is so tiny. It's really hard to get the camera to find it. Come on, find my fingertips. Find my fingertips. Anyway, it does look better way down here. Yeah, Diablo 4. Heck yeah. I love Diablo. I played all the Diablos. And I like Lord of Hatred. Not bad. I have not paid the money to unlock the Paladin. It's breaking my heart. Paladin's like my second favorite character past Sorcerer. I'm always a fan of Sorcerers and Wizards. So, but after that, I love Paladins. I love Holy Warriors. I love that whole shtick. It's a lot of fun. All right. Let's get this guy's face done. We're gonna let this dry out a little bit before we mess with her some more. So second verse, same as the first here. We're just gonna drop all this down real quick. It's a face, color. Gonna let all that Zenithal do our work for us. We'll come back later. Throw a wash down on it. Get it all cleaned up from there. Now you could, since this is almost like tiles, you could, if you really wanted to, tile the floor and make them different colors and stuff like that. There's lots of different things you can do here. I'm painting this for a child who doesn't, he's probably not going to notice all that stuff. For one of my nephews, and he was very excited to have himself a skeleton to go with his. He got one of my Trench Crusade guys, so which he likes a lot, which is cool. Try to make sure we got good coverage here. This is just that first layer. I'm gonna let that dry up, and we'll come back and we'll throw a wash on that. Come back here and see what we got. All right. Now I kind of want. This is gonna be weird. I kind of want a little bit more of an olive color to the skin. I don't really want it to be full peachy colored. I kind of want a little bit more olive, more Greek maybe. Harpy and all, you know? So we're going to come back here and we're just going to clean up the edges of everything. Drop in some highlights. I got a little bit of stuff drying back right in here. I'm just going to pull that out with a dry brush. It's a little too wet. Pull that out of there. Let that dry for a second. Meanwhile, take a really, this is our burnt sienna. Drop that on these chicken legs. Eagle's legs, chicken legs, bird legs, whatever you want to call them. I like saying chicken legs because it's kind of funny. A little bit of that russet brown to it. And when that dries, we can come back and we can highlight all the little bisections. That part will be done. All right, let's see. Dry enough here yet? So. I think Davo 3 was where you could choose exploding corpses. Yeah, it is funny. That was a good one. I remember. Yeah, I loved Necromancers. They're a lot of fun. I've always liked the Paladin though. The Paladin was one of my favorites, and not just in Dungeons and or in this, but like Dungeons and Dragons, and like I've always one of my armies when I played Warhammer instead of just painted for Warhammer was Demon Hunters. Like I love Holy Warrior kind of stuff. which is why I'm doing all this research on demons right now. But I'm kind of writing a. I don't know what I don't know. I'm probably gonna do like a novel and a graphic novel adaptation of it. I haven't really decided. There's so much I've got going on in this head for it that it's going to be a massive undertaking. No matter which way I go after it. But right now, I'm trying to get a list of all the demons I want to use together. And they're, if you've never done any demonology or angelology or any of that stuff, it is a ponderous set of websites and library listings and rare books, and it's crazy. I think I've almost got the first layer of it all done, so I can start cross-referencing and getting all these demons kind of aspected together, so that I can figure out which ones we actually want to use for the story and how we want to portray them and all that stuff. And then I got to do the same for angels or angelic forms in myths and legends. Okay. And remember, your yellows are not going to dry like everything else. So it may look a little clumpy at first, or like maybe you put too much on there. But I promise that once it dries, it's going to look great. It doesn't have to be super precise either. Just try to get it on the lower part of it. And you're really trying to almost find where, like, the sun might hit it, the light might hit it. Yeah. have to break out the Klinsky. Get the tiny eyeballs. Those tiny eyes. Tiny eyeballs. Painting for money. Squinting as hard as I can. You probably cannot see that, but I just did some really great eyes. I'm very, very happy with them. The plants have been going great. They're extraordinarily happy with all this rain. A little lipstick going on. Just a quick black brown wash here. Just to tone all this down. Capture any of those crevices. God damn it. I hate when flies try to get my coffee. I think I caught him before he got in there. Arrgh. Grr. Show coming up the end of the month, 30th. The actual end of the month. We got graduations coming up. Got lots of food coming out of the garden. Yeah, it's all been pretty outstanding lately. Things have gone pretty well, except for the allergies. I could do without that part, but that's life, right? You gotta take a little bit of the bad with the good. There we go. One Harpy. Still won't look at her face because it's too tiny. Alright, now we're going to come back and we're going to knock out the teal on this guy. Just trying to catch the edges. I don't normally do this with the palette right next to me like this when I'm painting by myself. It's definitely something I do when I'm trying to show, like, I'm trying to get better about putting like my palette where people can see what the hell is going on, what's on it. But then, like, I'd run the risk of throwing it in there. Heck yeah, man. Just need to go pick up a couple plants. There you go. Egyptian onions doing good. Yeah, we've got some up in our main garden right now too. The Egyptian walking onions. We've got bulbs on the top. We're gonna have to pull them out though next year and move them. So I'm a little worried about that part. may take us a few years to get them all the way out of that garden now that they're in there, but that's okay. There's worse problems to have with a garden than that, for sure. Just add a little bit of phthalo as I go. Phthalo blue. Just kind of help make sure we're creating the right transitions back here, especially on this back. That's really swooping. In a burnt umber wash, contrast with the way our skeleton himself looks. Should just be able to let everything kind of just do its thing at this point, find all its crevices and settle down and let the highlights do their job. By the time that dries out, should look right. If not, we'll add a darker wash on there to bring out the rest of the cracks. It may only just put it in the cracks. It just kind of depends. But there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Easy done. A harpy and a skeleton. It doesn't. It almost focuses on that dang skeleton head better than it focuses on the harpy head. That's crazy. Anyway, there you have it. Hey, we did it in an hour. Even better. It's pretty fly for a white guy. Did they say that anymore? No one says that anymore, do they? Anyway, thanks for coming by. Anybody who made it by, got to see us. Real appreciate you. If you like what you saw, give us a subscribe, likes, all that stuff. The things we're supposed to say, whatever we're supposed to say to drive the engagement. So yeah, we'll be back. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe later this week. I don't know. It depends on what my schedule does. I'm waiting on some information from China before I can go and mess with this other machine I'm supposed to mess with. So anyway, if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you when I see you. Be good to each other. Be good to somebody you don't know. Be good to yourself. You know, spread some goodness around. We'll talk to you later.